What's up everybody, it is Royal J here and I am back with another Love in Hip Hop Hollywood Season 4 Episode 2 review. So let's start off with Safaree, A1 and Ray J sitting down, and Ray J is back and he says how marriage is going pretty good for him and Princess, and they just went on this little vacay. Now they are back in the States and only thing that's on his mind right now is collecting his coins and having babies with Princess. So he's telling them how marriage life is and how he loves it, and stop looking at me like telling women not to look at him because he's not looking at them. Safaree yells out and like, stop looking at them, they're both married and stuff. So he asks A1 how he's doing. Like, oh, I'm doing pretty good, I got a #1, you know, whatever. And Ray J was like, you always had #1s. He was like, yeah, that's true, huh? So I don't know what songs that A1 has either produced, wrote, what, I don't know. I'll probably go and Google it and see what songs he's talking about. He also expresses that he is trying to have a baby with Lyrica, but Lyrica doesn't want to have a baby because she wants to elevate her career, and she doesn't want to have a baby because she feels like it's going to mess up her body, make her fat, and it's not going to help her career. But I disagree with that. I feel like you can still have your baby and still pursue your career. AJ tells him he has been trying, but A1 says that him and Lyrica are using condoms. He kind of make fun of him because of it. AJ says that Princess has been trying to have a baby, but it's not working. So he makes up a whole little plan for all three of them to go to a sperm place and go to the clinic and see who has the highest sperm. And whoever has the lowest has to do a song, but work with Hazel E in the studio. So I don't know how that's gonna work. Safaree says something about his whole coconut oil thing, and Ray tells him to leave the coconut oil in the car. And I'm gonna have to agree with Ray on that. Bowie is still working on music, and it's his main focus, he says. It's his main priority, basically. He goes and meets up with Brooke Valentine, and they're talking. You know, it was very awkward because it was very flirtatious, very romantic, very like boyfriend and girlfriend almost. Like, it just didn't make me, I didn't feel comfortable with it. Come to find out, Boobie and Brooke Valentine has been friends for years. She asks him, is he going back into basketball? And he was just like, no, you know, music is his main focus. And she tells him, you're good at it. She opens up to him and tells him that Marcus, which is her boyfriend, is still married. So she tells Gibb that he's in the doghouse, that Marcus is in the doghouse because he's still married. They just gazing into each other's eyes. He's licking his lips, she just looking like, I just thought they was gonna break out and have a love and hip hop sex scene. He asked him about Keisha. He says that he's focusing on him, they're co-parenting. So when she talks to her friends and they ask her what type of guy that she likes and what type of guy that she wants, she always mentions she wants a guy like Boobie. And I know that y'all supposedly have been friends for years, but it's a lot of guys. Describe the guy that you petitionally want. You didn't have to really say Boobie name. So that was, we already know where this is going to head to at the end. Masika, Moniece, Zell, Moniece's girlfriend, and her son, I don't remember the girlfriend name, and I really don't care to remember. They all goes to the beach, and the son is playing with Moniece's girlfriend. They playing with kites and stuff. Oh, and Nia was I almost forgot that Nia is kind of like an extra in the show, so I always be forgetting about her. Zell asks Moniece, what does she tell her son? Like, what did she tell her son about her girlfriend? Like, explains it to him as a preference. So, you know, she lets him know that her girlfriend likes to wear shorts and tennis shoes, and she likes to wear dresses and sandals. He really hasn't had that conversation with him yet about that being her girlfriend and stuff. And I'm just like, okay, she's been in the same house with y'all, and your son doesn't even know, and you haven't really explained to him like what's going on between the two. I feel like that's something that should be explained at a young age, because he may grow up not understanding. So I feel like people should explain these things to their children at a very early age, respectfully and rationally. But that's her child, we can't tell her what to do with her child. Moniece also refers to her girlfriend as her roommate. So she's not telling her son that that's her girlfriend. She's basically just telling him that's a roommate and she likes to dress this way and mommy likes to dress that way. So she's not really addressing the fact and telling him that that's her girlfriend, that's who she's in love with. So I really thought that was a good thing. That's probably one of the smartest things that Zell has done so far. I asking that because there's so many parents who deal and battle with that and they don't know how to express and explain to their children, and some of them are in the same situation as Monique. So a lot of people could have related to that scene, but it bothered me because I felt like she could have explained to her child what it really was. So I don't know, maybe later on in the season we will see that she has that conversation with her son, hopefully. They bring up about Alexis Sky. Dale is telling Masika what happened, how they came in, he had a bag thrown at him, he had a few drinks thrown at him, and she was just, after the girl Alexis Sky come up, it was just like Masika got very aggressive. That's the word I was looking for. She got very aggressive. She got up, stormed out. I don't want to give it any of my energy. I don't want to talk about her. I don't want to give her any camera time, blah, 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 blah. And it was just like, I'm going to have to address the situation at some point. You're on a reality show. And things like this give good TV. So if you're not going to have a sit-down conversation with Alexis or even acknowledge this girl, you only messing up your bag. And you could get kicked off the show, and she could be put on the show by you keep storming off every time this girl name is mentioned. After Masika says that she doesn't want to talk about Alexis Sky, Denise was like, well, you don't. And she continued the conversation about Alexis Sky to Nia and everybody else and explained to them how it all started with the whole Molly Mall situation and this whole Fetty Wap stuff. It's just too much. Zell was saying that Alexis' wig was on fire, so he threw a drink to cool her down because she was a little bit heated. Oh gosh, here we go. Brooke meets up with Marcus at a park. I think it was a park, I don't know, at a place with a bench, and they're sitting down talking. And he wants to talk to her about the divorce. So he was just saying how when he found out that the divorce wasn't, I guess, finalized, he didn't know how to come to her about it. He didn't know how to come to Brooke about it. So he was like, he don't know whether he should go and tell her or should he just leave it alone and just, I guess, finalize the divorce behind her back. And he admits that he was wrong for it and he apologized, and he says he just wants to start off fresh and new, and he gives her an envelope and come to find out is the divorce paper, the divorce is, I guess, finalized or almost finalized. So she's happy, they kiss. Okay, I said this in my last review, like when Brooke first came, when the first episode came out, Brooke was saying that she wanted to come back into the scene, the music scene and stuff like that, and I'm just like, we haven't even heard a song, we haven't even seen you in the studio yet. Like, you hummed a few words and that was it. Like, Keisha had 2 songs played on the first episode, and she had an instrumental playing on the second episode. Like, you haven't given us anything. So your storyline is based on drama, and it's not based on you coming back into the music scene and getting your music played. Like, we've heard music from Hazel E, and it's just like, you haven't given us nothing. Hazel E gave us an iTunes link, and you ain't give us nothing. So Keisha meets up with Too Short. Her and her cousin, Marquisha, I think her name is. Marquisha. She was my favorite on The Way It Is. Like, she was hood, ghetto, she tell it how it is, she didn't care. She was one of my favorites on the show. She goes to Short for advice. So Short talks about how they met, and he says how she came up to him and was telling him, you gonna work with me, and he was like, even though she's in a different place now in her life, he can always remember that day when she came to him and told him, like, you gonna work with me. Me and you gonna work together. So he said he always remember her at that time. Tells Short about the song that she wrote about Gib, blah, blah, blah. He tells her to get her money and focus on taking care of her son, blah, blah, blah. Keisha tells him that they're co-parenting. Gib is still living in the house. Short is shocked. And he's just like, wow, whatever. Case closed, next case. The guys are at the clinic to give their sperm to the doctor to see who has the highest one. So A1 walks in with Lyrica, and everybody was like, well, dang, we could have brought our wives or our girls. And they sit down, and she didn't even know what was going on. She didn't even know why they were there. So when they tell her, she was like, all he told me, you know, was he had a surprise for me. And she said, I kept asking him where we're going. I'm hungry. And he was like, oh, I'm going to feed you. So they like made up a joke. It was like, yeah, he's going to feed you. All right. So they go and do what they did. Zell and Alexis Sky goes to meet up at a bar, and she gets a drink and walks over to Zell, and they're drinking and so she acknowledged the fact that she threw her purse and they threw drinks and stuff, and she just tells him, you know, about what he said to her. It kind of pushed her buttons and made her upset, and that's what made her really flip out the way that she did. And she also tells him that, you know, she wasn't a side chick, she was the main chick. Masika was the side chick. And the way that Masika is handling this whole situation with Alexis, I feel like it's some truth to what Alexis is saying. Because if it wasn't true, you would be acknowledging it and you would be trying to make sure your truth be heard. But you steady keep running and running and hiding and getting mad every time they even say this girl's name. What made it so funny was because she was in her confessionals and she called Zell a messy queen. And I'm just like, oh, like that's what a lot of people have been saying, because he is messy. And so they cheers and make up, and they choose to get to know each other. So hopefully, well, maybe their relationship going to work out. But I went on his Instagram and they have pictures together, them in a club and stuff, and he's complimenting her and stuff. She's complimenting him. So I'm assuming that they're friends now. Get introduced to Chanel. She's having a single release party, like a pool party, and they're playing her new single. She's dancing, and I don't know what type of song was that. I wasn't really paying attention, and yeah. Go ahead and put your single out. We're all gonna buy it. So she said she's been a singer and a rapper ever since she was little, and I don't know what she was singing or what she was rapping, but she could have kept it. So she's telling them how Wayne discovered her. Wayne liked her music. Wayne liked her music. Maybe he did. And she said he was like, oh, you know, you Young Money, and he signed her, and I'm just like, well, okay. Nikki say her and Chanel goes way back, and everybody knew that come on the show, Nikki go way back with them, or this one go way back with her. Like, I don't know what's the truth. Like, everybody go way back. Everybody been friends with each other for years. Because her laugh is so annoying. She's annoying. Maybe she can change my point of view while being on the show. I don't know. Maybe she could change it and make it for the better. Maybe she can make it worse. So Jade is this girl that we get introduced to, her name is Jade, and apparently she was messing with Rich Dollaz. And they asked her about it. She was like, oh, that's over. That's been over. Moniece messed that up. Jade, who was with Rich Dollaz, they asked her about that whole thing, and she was like, well, Moniece messed that up, so they're not together anymore. But she opens up about her relationship with Marcus and how she's his paralegal and stuff, and everybody's just like, oh. So Lyrica knows exactly who she's talking about, while everybody else is confused. Keisha is listening to her new music, and Dib walks downstairs and she sits him down, and they're talking about a divorce and him moving out, and she just don't want to confuse their son and making him feel like they're gonna get back together or they're back together. So she tells him, you know, it's the right time, and it's time for them to just move on, and him to go on his own, her to go on hers, and they just finalize their divorce. So, you know, she starts crying to get emotional because he compliments her and she compliments him about their parenting, how they're co-parenting. So she gets very emotional. It was very sad to see. You know, because Keisha played this hard role, like this tough girl, and when you see her break down, it's just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So she really loved him, and you can tell he really hurt her. So I don't know what the future holds for them, but I don't know if they're divorced now or they just separated. I don't know. He and Safari meets up as friends, and she tells him how she wants to introduce him to a friend of hers or whoever. So Chanel walks in and they're talking, and she just explaining to them about her career and where she wants to go. Ari tells her if he had $100 million right now and told her to rap about this bread, what would she do? And she was like, I'll go and make a song about the bread. And she was like, would you just want me to sit here right now and write a song about bread? So he started freestyling, and the freestyle had nothing to do with bread. It was about wine, Nicki, him, and Chanel, and that was it. It was nothing about bread. Everybody keeps saying that he's talented, but I haven't seen the talent since after he left Nicki, so I don't know. I feel like the only talent that I have seen is him being a hype man and a boyfriend. Like I didn't see anything else. Y'all saying that he's talented, but y'all not supporting him. So where is the talent? The girls are at the dance class, and they are stiff. They need some oil sheen on their dance move because they was very stiff and very dry, and they just needed some milk. Like they looked like old people trying to dance. I don't know what that was. It was trash. It was garbage. Get rid of it. Keep it. Me no want it. As they're sitting there, Brooke is talking to them about Marcus and this whole divorce thing, and she tells them how he finalized it and got it done. And they like, oh, could we get a clap for Marcus and stuff? And Lyrica's like, no. And they're like, wow, why you acting like that? And she tells them about Jade, how she's his paralegal and she's messing with him, dating him and having relations and stuff like that. So Brooke gets pissed off. And she was like, who? What? I want to see her. So Brooke shows her who Jade is. And she was like, oh, I need to talk to him. And I think she said she need to talk to him or her or both. It was like, well, Safaree is having an event for his coconut oil and Chanel is performing. So if them two are best friends, like Lyrica is saying, then you know Jade is going to be there. And Brooke was like, and I'm going to be there too. So I hope when that scene happens that they cues the girl fight music, just do it for the culture. Like, just please, just do it for us. The guys meet up to go and get their results for their little babies. And I thought Safaree was going to have the highest, but come to find out, A1 has the highest, Safaree has the second highest, and Ray J has the lowest. But the doctor tells him that his amount is not bad, but it could be better. But for it to get better, he has to let the herb go, get rid of the alcohol, and, you know, it'll probably help him in some way. So he don't want to give it up. He's just like, oh man, like blah, blah, blah. So Ray J has to work with Hazel E, and they all making jokes like, oh, you know, you got to book a studio session, you got to find a studio, and, you know, they have to go and lay some beats, you know, like Nene said. He really don't want to. Zell and Masika meets up at a bar, and everything seemed like it was going good, you know, unicorns and rainbows and your rainbow lollipops and gummy bears. But come to find out, once he mentions Alexis guy name, all hell breaks loose. She doesn't want to talk about her. She doesn't want to give it any camera time. She doesn't want to film. She don't want to give it any energy. She's throwing drinks at the cameraman and the producers, the securities. So they have to walk her out. She's cussing Zell out. She's mad at Zell. She's telling him, you know, fuck you. Like, I don't want to film with you. I don't want nothing to do with you. I told you I don't want to talk about her. Y'all keep trying me with this girl. Stop trying my baby, disrespecting my child and stuff. And I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully we get the tea on that, because, you know, some things are being left out, because it gotta be a reason this girl is just flipping out just because they're saying her name, and she's threatening to call her lawyer too. So it gotta be more to this story than what we're getting. So hopefully it unfolds throughout the season. So as they're talking, and he makes fun of her shoes, tells her she don't have a budget, she could barely walk, and I'm just cracking up laughing, because when she was walking, the shoes looked like they were crying, like she made the wrong move, like she was going to the floor. Like them shoes are like she got them out of Payless, you know, and Goodwill from the used section. Like, I don't know, them shoes were tore down. Girl, I believe she don't have a budget, but looking a plump fool. That whole scene was funny because Masika's shoes really were crying for help. They were crying for help. They were literally crying in the club, like Camila's song. Yeah, make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Follow all my social media down below in the description box. Click that bell to be notified when I upload a new video. And yeah, comment what you think of this episode, because I really feel like something is more to this story that they're giving us with this whole situation with Masika and Alexis Scott. Like, why does she keep running every time this girl name is mentioned? Why does she keep avoiding events that she know this girl is going to be at? Like, what is going on? Like, is she scared of her, or she's scared of the truth coming out about her? Like, what's going on? I don't know what's the problem, but hopefully we're going to find out. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.